Hello, you're tuning in English News Bulletin on Qpvn channel. I'm XUYEN, and now let me keep you up to date with the headlines. The Central Military Commission and Ministry of National Defense pay tribute to heroic martyrs of XUYEN front. Military helicopters mobilized to support flood-hit victims in NGHE. Vietnam Summer Camp 2025 wraps up. On July the 25th, a delegation from the Party, State, Central Military Commission, Ministry of National Defense, led by General Trịnh Văn Quyết, Chairman of the General Political Department, offered incense to President Hồ Chí Minh and paid tribute to the heroic martyrs at the XUYEN front, Tuyên Quang Province. XUYEN National Martyrs Cemetery is the resting place of nearly 2,000 martyrs and a collective grave of those who fought for defending the northern border. It is a sacred place of remembrance, honoring those who gave their lives for national liberation and defense. It has become a solemn destination for people nationwide, embodying the noble Vietnamese tradition and moral value of when drinking water, remember its source. In the memorial book, General Trịnh Văn Quyết wrote that on the occasion of the 78th anniversary of Wounded Veterans and Martyrs' Day, July the 27th, the delegation from the Party, State, Central Military Commission, Ministry of National Defense respectfully offers flowers and incense in remembrance and heartfelt gratitude to the heroic martyrs who gave their lives for the revolutionary cause of the party at the XUYEN front, Tuyên Quang Province. He reaffirmed the party, people, and military's commitment to national development, peace, and prosperity, staying loyal to the ideals of the revolution and the people. At the cemetery, the delegation attended the burial ceremony for 6 martyrs who sacrificed their lives for the independence and freedom of the nation. Their remains were recovered from Nậm Ngặt and Giang Nam Hamlet, Thanh Thủy Commune, Tuyên Quang Province. With deep respect, delegates offered incense and wreath, honoring those who fought for the nation's peace, independence, and unification, and the people's happiness and well-being. Also on July the 25th, a solemn funeral and burial ceremony for the remains of 172 Vietnamese volunteer soldiers and advisors who sacrificed their lives in Cambodia was held at 82 Hill National Martyrs Cemetery. The remains were recovered during the 2024-2025 dry season. Attending the ceremony was Sing Lieutenant General Võ Minh Lương, Deputy Minister of National Defense and Standing Vice Chairman of National Steering Committee 515. Delegates expressed deep gratitude to the brave people who fought and died for national peace, independence, and unity, the happiness of the people, and in fulfillment of their noble international duty. Sing Lieutenant General Võ Minh Lương also met with and presented gifts to the K-70 and K-71 search and recovery teams from Military Region 7, as well as to the staff of the 82 Hill National Martyrs Cemetery. He emphasized the need to apply technology and information sharing systems to identify the remains through unit codes and burial data. He also called for greater attention to the material and spiritual well-being of personnel involved in these sacred missions, ensuring full policy support so they can continue this meaningful work with dedication and strength. On the occasion of the 78th Wounded Veterans and Martyrs' Day, July the 27th, Sing Lieutenant General Hoàng Xuân Chiến, Deputy Minister of National Defense, paid tribute and offered incense in remembrance of General Nguyễn Chí Thanh and Sing Lieutenant General Nguyễn Chí Vịnh. With deep respect, Sing Lieutenant General Hoàng Xuân Chiến and the delegation honored the significant contributions made by the 2 leaders to the country and the Vietnam People's Army. He expressed profound gratitude to General Nguyễn Chí Thanh, the first chairman of the General Political Department, a steadfast communist, an outstanding disciple of President Hồ Chí Minh, and a brilliant military and political leader of the party and the military. His great contribution laid the foundation for building a politically and ideologically strong military. Deputy Minister Hoàng Xuân Chiến also expressed sincere respect for Sing Lieutenant General Nguyễn Chí Vịnh, former Deputy Minister of National Defense and son of General Nguyễn Chí Thanh, for his important role in the development of the military, particularly in the field of defense diplomacy. Within his working trip to the United Arab Emirates, Sing Lieutenant General Heng Sun-chien, Deputy Minister of National Defense, held talks with his UAE counterpart, Lieutenant General Ibrahim Nasser al-Alwai. Senior Lieutenant General Heng Sun-chien lauded the positive developments in the bilateral defense cooperation in recent times, especially in delegation exchanges at all levels. Affirming the vast potential for defense cooperation between the two countries, Sing Lieutenant General Heng Sun-chien hoped that, in the coming time, the Vietnam and UAE would further promote defense ties on different areas, while augmenting consultation and mutual support at multilateral forums and activities organized by each other. Both sides highlighted the comprehensive partnership between Vietnam and the UAE, in which defense relations need to be beefed up to strengthen mutual trust and create momentum for cooperation in such other fields as diplomacy, economy, and culture. Concluding the talks, the two deputy defense ministers inked the letter of intent on defense cooperation, outlining orientations for substantial defense cooperation between the two countries. Within the framework of the visit, Sing Lieutenant General Heng Sun-chien also met with Badr Ahmad Mohamed Majed Al-Ali, chairman of ABI Group, and visited the NGHE Group. He highly appreciated VIET Solutions Corporation for signing a contract with ABI Group to provide a road traffic security monitoring system for Dubai Police. On July the 25th in Hanoi, the Chinese ambassador and defense attaché hosted a reception marking the 98th founding anniversary of the Chinese People's Liberation Army, August 1st. Speaking at the event, Sing Lieutenant General Nguyễn Văn Hiền, Deputy Minister of National Defense of Vietnam, extended congratulations to the officers, soldiers, and leadership of the Chinese People's Liberation Army on this significant occasion. He affirmed that the Party, State, and People's Army of Vietnam attach importance to the traditional friendship and comprehensive strategic cooperative partnership with China. This event helps build mutual trust, enhance understanding, and reflects the customary cooperation and goodwill in fostering a stable and constructive defense relationship between the two nations for regional peace and cooperation. 2 helicopters of the Air Defense Air Force Service and Corps 18 were mobilized on the morning of July 25th to carry necessities to flood-hit victims in the An province, which are currently isolated due to prolonged flooding and landslides, leaving local residents stranded with no food or communication lines. These special flights carried dozens of tons of necessities, including dry food, drinking water, medicine, life jackets, and milk for children, providing timely supplies to areas in need of urgent relief. Images of military helicopters flying through the rain and wind, bravely descending to low altitudes amidst the rugged mountains and forest to deliver necessities to people quickly, are spreading widely on social media, which not only helps ease the pain caused by natural disasters, but also once again deeply fosters people's belief in the image of Uncle Ho's soldiers ever ready to be present in the most difficult places, making unsung sacrifices for the peace of the fatherland and the happiness of the people. Coming up next, Vietnam Summer Camp 2025 wraps up. Vietnam leverages global practices for breakthroughs. On the evening of July the 25th, the closing ceremony of the Vietnam Summer Camp 2025 under the theme Together We Continue to Write the Story of Peace was held in Hanoi. The program was organized by the State Committee for Overseas Vietnamese under the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Running from July the 13th to the 26th, the Vietnam Summer Camp 2025 took place across various provinces and cities throughout Vietnam. In the framework of the program, 110 young overseas Vietnamese delegates from 31 countries and territories participated in a wide range of meaningful activities. They paid tribute to ancestors and fallen heroes, joined cultural exchanges between young overseas Vietnamese and local youth, and learned Vietnamese history, culture, and traditional customs, and visited natural and cultural heritage sites. A highlight of this year's program was the delegation's meeting and exchange with officers and soldiers of the Vietnam Department of Peacekeeping Operations.
Thực sự rất là ấn tượng
I was truly impressed by the Vietnamese peacekeepers. They've been inheriting the precious qualifications of our forefathers who fought for peace. The peacekeepers' bravery and humanity are truly admirable. I hadn't returned to Vietnam in 7 years. This summer camp allows me to travel across the country and learn about the country's history and culture. I feel so happy and fortunate. The meaningful activities of the Vietnam Summer Camp 2025 also provided a chance for overseas Vietnamese youth to boost connectivity and foster solidarity among them and between them and younger generation in Vietnam who would together develop the country in the era of international integration and renewal. The program also helps nurture the love for the homeland and reinforce the sense of pride and responsibility for inheriting the tradition of the Vietnamese people among the overseas Vietnamese youth. In the context of the world being transformed strongly, Resolution 57 was born as an important milestone, clearly demonstrating Vietnam's determination in maximizing the intellectual strength and innovative spirit. Alongside the inherent advantages of a dynamic workforce, leveraging global best practices are crucial for Vietnam to make significant breakthroughs in science, technology, innovation, and national digital transformation. Singapore, a small country with limited natural resources, thanks to its unwavering focus on science, innovation, and digital transformation, has nevertheless achieved remarkable economic and technological progress over the past 50 years. Vietnam can learn several key lessons from Singapore, including its development of high-quality human resources. Second, Singapore focuses on smart investment attraction. Third, the country invests in practical and focused scientific research. Japan is another global leader in innovation and technology. Despite differences in economic context, Vietnam can adopt Japan's philosophy of continuous improvement, or Kaizen, as well as strong investment in education, research, and development. Japan's strength lies in its robust pool of highly skilled human resources. Each year, the country allocates over 3% of its GDP to R&D, with a strategic focus on high technology, AI, robotics, and biotechnology. There are also numerous funding programs promoting collaboration between research institutions and industry. Sharing experience that Australia has successfully applied, scholars and experts in the area said that, from early and synchronized implementation to strong public policy support, the Oceania country has made innovation a national priority. Australia has embraced the concept of innovation for a long time. Innovation is deeply embedded in all levels, from government and universities to elementary schools, and even among the general public. A consistent theme in the success stories of many nations is the strong linkage between government, academia, and businesses. This triad is essential for building robust innovation ecosystems that transform scientific ideas into valuable products and services, enhancing national competitiveness. One of the key lessons Vietnam can draw from the UK is the creation of an interconnected ecosystem. Government funding supports innovation. Universities use this funding to develop new ideas. In addition, small and medium-sized enterprises should innovate by collaborating with both universities and the government. Experts believe that, with limited resources, it is essential for Vietnam to avoid widespread investment and instead focus on key sectors to thrive in innovation. Vietnam absolutely has the potential to make major breakthroughs in medicine. In addition, we shouldn't overlook other fields. For example, quantum science still holds tremendous potential for Vietnam to get involved. Another area that aligns well with global trends is new energy. Vietnam should apply AI across all sectors, from services to smart manufacturing. Globally, institutions like Temasek are investing heavily in 3 priority areas, exactly the ones Vietnam should focus on, including the digital economy, green and sustainable growth, and life sciences that improve health and well-being. Despite challenges like limited mastery of core technologies, experts agree that with a clear roadmap, foreign investment, and high-quality workforce development, Vietnam can fully harness its potential to achieve its goal by 2030 and beyond towards 2045. And that's all for now. Remember, you can always watch the news again at qpvn.vn. Now, thank you for watching and hope to see you next time.